Let's roll. So I've done a downgrade. We'll boot up the game. I'm gonna actually fast forward it here because, yeah, to catch up a bit. It's two best of fives, so let's just speed our way through the dark ages. Because we have two best of five sets to get through here. This seems to be the only. This could be the only set from the previous patch, but we'll see. I'll find out soon enough. Once we're done with this one. Prithviraj vs Bleda The Hun. This is the Hidden Cup, United Nations Hidden Cup semifinal. So it's and the grand final, I believe, is a best of 7. So while the players have ranged from 1150 to 1600 plus, the remaining players in the semifinal should obviously most likely be in the higher range. But then again, being a hidden cup, you could reuse your sneaky strategies because the recordings simply won't be accessible. They're just being sent to Palm, the administrator, who's been forwarding them to me to cast. So I don't know who the players are either. The reveal will be tomorrow when I cast the grand final from recorded games. So let's see what the Khmer goes for here. See a lumber camp at the back. Very huge food investment here, and only is it only one on wood for Bleda The Hun? This could be a very fast scouts or archers build here. We'll see. Out scouting as well. Hasn't found the enemy side yet. And yeah, look at the Vikings' dream base here with golds in the back and everything. It's a lovely base for Vikings to wall. But if the Khmer suddenly send 16 pop forward here, then we're going to be seeing some extensive early aggression and nice scouting from Prithviraj though. Sees the scout here, sees the villagers here, sees 2 villagers going to gold. And the current player currently scouting the enemy side, finds the houses, knows where to hit. 2 more villagers now moving out to drop an archery range forward here and just be plain annoying. It's not happening early enough to stop this barracks from going up though. So Prithviraj here will be able to make an archery range once the feudal age kicks in, and also looking at the map here is just going to be near impossible for Bleda The Hun to keep Prithviraj off gold here. So I think this could become a very short game, because Prithviraj, yes, on the way up to the feudal age now, didn't go to gold yet, but sends villagers to a second lumber camp now. Doesn't really need the gold, actually. Oh, wait, still planning the militia here. That's kind of interesting, with the Khmer going for the archers. Obviously, that's one that Prithviraj doesn't have scouted, though. The range is over here somewhere. The villagers could be used to construct 1 tower as well with the starting resources for Bleda The Hun. Small walling in the woods here, but yeah, try exclamation mark maps, I think. Let me see. No. I made it early, let me just see. Okay, I didn't do the command right. Hold on. Now it should be there, I think. Yep. Bleda with 2 villagers building a tower forward on the stone. And that's not going to end well. It's spotted by Prithviraj here. The archers will, of course, be getting some damage done here. Even a fletching kicking in here at, yeah, 11 something. And 1 tower to go on the woodland. This is the Khmer 16 pop archers build here, but against Vikings with this kind of a map. Just seriously, good luck. Scouting is on point for Bleda The Hun here. Seeing the 2 other golds in the back here, probably a bit demotivating when going for a play like this. Prithviraj doesn't really have any fantastic food eco rolling here, so the amount of skirmishers to be added, that's going to be kind of rough. This tower, that's a huge investment for the Khmer player. That's not going to stone, obviously, committing to the archers here, so that's the one and only tower. It denies movement land, it denies 1 gold, so it's a good tower. Then you use the archers to clean up the rest. The problem here is that Prithviraj, his Vikings, has that instant Unibaro, has a fantastic economy, gets idled a lot here, but will be able to mass more skirmishers than Bleda The Hun has archers. So upgrades or not, the skirmishers are the counter unit. I'm amazed both the 4 villagers are still alive. And Prithviraj is going to go for villagers to focus down this tower. Probably knowing that Bleda The Hun won't be investing into more towers here. There simply isn't economy for that with this kind of early uptime. Skirmishers are doing some work, and the tower will be going down as well, freeing up this range again. You could even villager fight these 2 forward villagers and just be gone with that threat. 2 archers, 22 pop. Alright, so if I'm going to speculate here, maybe Bleda The Hun could be Heli-Chaos. I've seen Heli-Chaos do some Khmer early scouts before, so that's my only basis for assuming such a thing. So maybe he likes this kind of early all-in place. There's also ILTC behind this, which would suggest a player maybe used to this kind of all-in place and focusing heavily on army and aggression rather than getting the eco rolling at home. Just now adding the first couple of farms. 4 farms, in fact, to maybe, yeah, we'll need some scouts against the skirmishers here. So far, though, 2 villagers killed by Bleda The Hun. That's just not enough against Vikings here, with that instant wheelbarrow and idle eco time actually comparable here, but the idle TC is huge in difference here, 3 minutes difference, so Prithviraj now looking at a 31 villagers lead. 4 minutes of IDTC, yeah, probably due to Archer's micro and mismanaging the food income somehow. There are some weak villagers here as well, but now the Archers are being pulled back for some reason. And here come the walls. So the scouts are out for the Khmer player here, chasing those few skirmishers. Prithviraj also not over-investing here. Surprisingly enough, Bleda here has 14 on food, 5 on gold, and might actually be able to match Vikings uptime to the gas stage, but the villager situation here is, of course, it's still a huge issue for Bleda The Hun. More military though, and with the scouts added, scouts and archers, then suddenly Prithviraj can't exclusively rely on skirmishers only anymore. Adds a spear, of course, we'll probably be adding more as well. The problem is that these mass of archers with fletching, they could easily, I think they'll actually one-shot spearmen, and it looks like it just did. Second range going up, so going to double up on, could be that Prithviraj would consider adding some archers as well here to contest the mass, but second range means extended feudal age as well, so this fight is going to stay in feudal age for a while. What the fuck are these walls, by the way? It's gonna go here, here, I guess, and I don't know, here? I'm surprised it's working so well. Finding the economy, that's why Bleda The Hun did 4 farms instantly there to be able to get that stable up, I guess, and get those scouts out. Not over investing into scouts either. 4 scouts total. to deal with the enemy skirmishers that only have fletching, no defense upgrade. Not that that matters a lot against melee units, because when the melee units get close enough, you exploit the skirmishers' minimum range. A bit mismanagement of Bleda The Hun's scouts there, though, and losing them to town center fire. 5 minutes 31 seconds of idle TC time now, even with this far, because of definitely focusing mainly on army movement and production now. Nice archers micro there. Getting close to the skirms and focusing down yet another few. Prithviraj not really producing now, and also not in control of gold here. They didn't invest into a tower, a defensive tower, surprisingly enough, which could go up on either of the golds here to defend them. But I guess the long-term plan is to get to the castle age with the Vikings here and get town centers up instead, and just capitalize on that massive economy that Vikings have. But as long as the walls aren't up, Bleda The Hun can play the mobility of the Khmer here. Keeps adding archers, adds a few more scouts as well, again against the skirmishers. Doesn't even care about TC fire here, no upgrades on the scouts. Yeah, hunting some builders here. The eco KD is off the charts for Bleda The Hun though. 12 builders killed, and yet still it's 39 to 40, and that's a wheelbarrow for the Vikings still, which kicks in instantly. So that is a bit fascinating that Bleda The Hun doesn't really get a builder lead here after killing 12 builders. It's ridiculous. 5 minutes more of idle TC time. Clearly enjoys army management more than eco management, this teal player. But the aggression pays off, it's delaying the Vikings, if anything. The castle age is going to kick in earlier for the Khmer as well, means that you could add knights instead of scouts to deal with the units here. And if Prithviraj goes for the double range archers, adding some +2 knights or a few early elephants with the Khmer would work wonders there. We have bloodlines kicking in here to boost the hit points of the cavalry units, and yeah, we'll see what the follow-up will be. Probably going to be knights here. Crossbow knights, all in castle age. Yeah, makes sense. You already have the archers, and then second stable going up. That makes sense. And it's a good follow-up as well when you already have the archer mass to mix in some knights against enemy skirmishers and just generally have a good raiding unit. We see Prithviraj probably expecting this as well. Not really able to scout it, has been busy defending all the time here. But obviously fortifying the walls to the sides here with houses behind. And refreshing a lumber camp here as well to boost wood income for whatever the follow-up is here. Eco management not tops here for Prithviraj unless the idea is to go 3 TCs instantly, which would keep the archers at bay. Let's see if player 1 knows how to defend the boobas. Well, this map really invites for it, doesn't it? TC here. I don't know, TC on wood somewhere. Here, maybe. We'll see. Double stable knights in effect for Bleda The Hun here. 4 knights out already, +1 defense is in as well, and adding the siege as well. Oh, this is nice. Crossbow Bodkin to deal with these units. May be able to intercept some archers and skirms here before it kicks in. No elite skirm either. So these would be slaughtered by a decent mass of crossbows. TC on stone makes sense, yeah. So probably over here then. Not moving outside, that's obviously not safe. So Bleda The Hun is in, broke through the walls here, in with the armies. No elite skirm here, so if you focus the crossbows here somehow, the Scorpion, nice addition as well. Just one Scorpion, but it's dealing area damage to these units that finally became crossbow. Well, elite skirm is in, sorry. But yeah, not the prettiest fight ever now with the elite skirms getting some good damage in here. The knights able to delay the siege workshop, but eventually will go up here for Vikings. Lots of farms expiring here now, but also lots of army going down for both players. Yeah, getting the best of it here. Still, that idle TC time is concerning. Idle eco for Prithviraj is much higher than the team player though with this kind of forward. But the army situation behind is not stellar. 9 to 7 here. Knights spreading out, doing some good raids here, splitting them out. Could delay this town center maybe. Could even delay the university if it applies, but we see eco being added at home here from Bleda The Hun as well, so maybe finally going to be able to compensate here. Look at the villager situation though, 50 to 39, 23 to 1 villagers, and still Bleda The Hun with 23 villagers killed is still only 11 villagers ahead, and also no wheelbarrow and everything here, so with handcart in for the Vikings, that accounts for eventually 6 villagers of production as well. You can't really expect, even with this kind of damage, if you have this kind of idle TC behind you, you can't really expect to be able to outboom and out-eco the Vikings here. But I see the Knights numbers increasing again. They have +2 armor now, while the Vikings player has a very minimum armies here. This could be dangerous. This is pretty easy to track for Bleda The Hun as well. These armies moving right through the buildings here. I'll just dive in with the Knights and just deal with these. Just clean them up. That's an easy fight with the Knights currently on the field. It's also not an army you need to worry a lot about. It's going to let them hit the goal though, which is a bit fascinating. How many knights do you need to clean it? You only need like 1 or 2 knights. I mean 2 or 3 knights to clean this up. But allowing villagers to be killed there, that's a bit unfortunate. More Scorpions being added as well. Prithviraj will be losing army numbers here again, but look at the eco. The villager numbers are comparable, and Vikings, of course, work more efficiently, bring in more resources per trip with handcart in. Monastery is in place here. Question mark and whoop. I don't know what that's all about. Accidental pause, unpause. That could be, yeah. Alright, both players on 2 TCs now. Still, the idle TC time is very low, all things considered, for Prithviraj here. Remember all the feudal age and early castle age pressure. Mangonel gets a Scorpion down there as well. That's some 75 wood and 75 gold down the drain for Bleda The Hun. Some pikes added, but with the Scorpions in the mix, this is going to be tough to stop. What's with Converse Scorpions again? They have some extra range, yeah, being Convert +1 range. So, funnily enough, they actually outrange the Mangonel. Nice dodge. And the Knights, of course, will snipe this one easily. That's Good snipe from Bleda The Hun here with army lead now 24 to 19. But there's also more than decent defense from Prithviraj here with a couple of monks. They are moving out though, which is concerning. They will be going down to the Scorps now, so that might be a bit of a mismanagement there maybe. But another range is going up. We're going to see full crossbow addition here. Crossbow needs something against the siege as well though. But crossbows from behind the walls certainly going to help to take out the knights numbers here. Taking the gold in the back here. See these back golds coming to good use now. The main gold is obviously off limits here. Nasty hill right next to it as well. Knights are in, and they will be severely diminishing the crossbow numbers now, at the cost of army numbers being diminished here though, but they're kind of cancelling each other out now, and all things considered, I feel like this has to be a better fight for Bleda The Hun, because again, villagers are going down, and we're establishing a villager lead here, 74 to 62 for Bleda The Hun, and a more idle TC time for the Vikings as well, in the midst of the fighting here. Again, splitting up knights to raid multiple places could hit the gold here as well. And no more monks by the looks of it. Is that auto scout? Yeah, I don't know what this guy is up to. Let's just check in the side there to see if there's anything going on. Yeah, this is some solid Hun's play here by Bleda The Hun. Early nasty aggression, and now following up with the mobility in the Castle Age, and keeps flooding knights as well. 3 stables now producing knights. And as long as the Vikings player is not allowed to mass enough counter units or a significant enough group of archers here, Bleda should be in a good spot here. Neither player will be looking at the Imperial Age anytime soon. This is going to stay Castle Age for a while. We have a villager to the side here. Is he actually going to wall Prithviraj in here? He's walling the sides. Dropping a TC here on the neutral gold. And Hunt for that matter. But Prithviraj closer to the Imperial Age here. And if you can unlock Arbalest and get Bracer, it's a different story here, because you'll deal more damage to the knights, you'll outrange the siege as well, or maybe you won't, since not the Scorpions, since they are Khmer Scorpions with an extra range, but yeah, seems like good defense from the Vikings player, making use of this small hill here as well, again taking out small groups of units. So 30 is for the Khmer player way out in the field here, because why not? You have the opponent confined within their walls here. Still some knights raiding in the inside as well. Could again obstruct the gold here, because those are only mining camps, no TC. But very efficient gold at the very least here. Prithviraj on the way to the Imperial Age. 21 crossbows and producing consistently out of 3 ranges here. Should be able to get to a decent wall of Arbalests here, which would switch things up quite a bit. Bleda The Hun. Oh, nice to still have the scout patrolling there, just to limit any expansion to the lands to that side. But look at the stone count here from Bleda The Hun. We have a cast going up on the main gold, on the hill. Prithviraj hasn't been mining stone, so we won't be seeing any defensive castle here for Prithviraj, so not going to get full advantage of the Imperial Age either to deal nice and quickly with this this castle, if it goes up. And I think it will. 21 knights, 4 stables producing now, 3 DCs producing villagers as well, and just a handful of scorpions doing some decent work against the few pikes that have entered the field here. Now, with Imperial Age kicking in, I think Bleda needs to dive, right? Hey, Winchobaba is back. It's still the first game. Yeah, Scorpion's weakening quite a few of these archers. Prithviraj obviously will want to keep these until Bracer and Arbalest can kick in here, but loses numbers due to the Scorpions here. Castle goes up in the front as well. Gold in the back is depleted. Prithviraj doesn't have gold access. No gold, no arbs. No gold, no Vikings, Imperial Age. Who's in the lead right now? It looks like Bleda The Hun is making a serious push here. And considering that Prithviraj is off gold and simply can't access gold there, this is GG. You can't make arbs, you're relying on the Imperial Age army strength here and then just being focused down. This is Bleda's game. Yeah, it's definitely Khmer winning here now. The Ant-Man. How you doing? Doing right. Just had a Khmer 16 pop archers successfully pulled off here. Not with an insignificant idleties time, not without an insignificant idleties time, but Bleda The Hun takes the first game. Let's see for the stats. When are you gonna cast our games? I don't know, man. I won't be able to cast all of the Nomad games. I'm only committing to the semis and finals, but today and tomorrow is United Nations Hidden Cup. But maybe Monday, Tuesday, something like that. We'll see. Resources surprisingly similar here, but that's just the power of Vikings eco there. Feudal Age 744 for the Khmer. 16 pop archers. And then finally the villager count ahead for Khmer in the end. But lots and lots of idleness time during the Feudal Age aggression. Bleda The Hun killed 12 villagers and was still behind or similar in villagers to Prithviraj. What's their yellows? Any idea? Considering it's the semi-final, I'd assume it's some of the high 1500s, 1600s players, but I have no idea. I don't know any of the players until the reveal after the grand final. Game 2 on Mudflow! Awesome! And Chinese aren't banned. Chinese Mongols on Mudflow. This should be Chinese's game with Prithviraj. Puling Wretch, he loves his scouts, so could be Puling Wretch, but not really seeing Puling Wretch necessarily playing Vikings, choosing Vikings for review. Yeah, I'll cast the grand final tomorrow evening sometime. Alright, Capture Age, give me what you got. Combat pick is Mudflow, ready whenever you are. Mudflow, seeing surprisingly little in Hidden Cup, but mainly due to the absolute beastly start of the Chinese on this map, because TC with Shorefish right next to it means that you could... yeah, you'll still get Loom as Chinese. But since Shorefish is collected so quickly, there's basically no idle time whatsoever. It's ridiculous. So you are able to keep that 3 villagers lead with the Chinese due to the fast food income. Elephant's quite close to TC as well. Chinese are so busted on the map, and right you are. 2 villagers lead for Prithviraj, going to make for an amazing feudal age time here. And you can't build on this terrain, so the TC will always be exposed. The greatest woodlines are in the middle, but guess what? If you dock the middle, even though there aren't in the fish here, if you control the middle and have some presence, you could get some amazing demolition ship shots in on the woodlines, for example. Bleda is risking it though. It's going for the woodline in the middle here, by the looks of it. Maybe this one to lock in some... Oh, nope. Change your mind. Are those hills near the land, near the TC? Yeah. So you could siege push downhill, I guess, quite efficiently here as well. But this is a scout map. This is a scout's map for sure. I don't think you want to play archers here, maybe forward siege in the castle age if it even gets to that, but this kind of map just encourages extended feudal age scouts play. And we have the Mongols here for Bleda The Hun, which is kind of surprising. You still have the elephants, so you have 800 worth of hunt. But I don't think there's any more hunt on the map here. There's berries, so Franks would come to mind as well, both for the scouts and for the faster berries. But now I guess we'll do a quick fast forward here again to get to that feudal age. I would be surprised to see anything else than scouts here, but you never know. Bleda doesn't seem too prepared for the map, picking Mongols on the map without any significant hunt, but you could still get those 2 elephants, of course, and get them. Look at that feudal age time. Prithviraj going up at 20 pop, but with Chinese here and with only 9 seconds of idle time. Ridiculous. Here comes the barracks as well. That's going to finish well in due time for the feudal age. And let's slow it down a bit. Again. Whoa! There we go, we're back. Scouts fight, but one player is in feudal age. Bleda The Hun is not. That's a fight he can never win due to yeah, less attack now. Feudal age is in, but look at the HP. Already an advantage for Prithviraj here. I said this about the previous game, it could be a short one. But that goes for this one as well, because if you get that feudal age advantage with Chinese, you get your scouts out way before the other player here. Mongols just now dropping the range, obviously investing into defensive spears here. Bit of an oversight here, maybe for Prithviraj not to scout for the stables going up, because if you could delay this one as well, you're in a very good spot, but obviously that head start to the feudal age for the Chinese here is still huge. Whoa, that's far away. Sneaky lumber camp on the side there. One scout going down to villagers, and this one is still full HP. The more spears you force the opponent to invest into, that's just all the much better for you. We see one spearman in queue for Prithviraj here. I'm expecting extended feudal age here, idling the berries, idling the villagers, forcing them to fight, and behind the military numbers here, but you could always dodge the spears when you're playing the scouts, so you just run away and don't take any unnecessary engagement. Well, hey, Master Macintosh! Thanks for the raid, my friend. Hope you had a good stream, had some good games. So to new viewers, this is United Nations Hidden Cup. That would be my own fairly new clan that has recently arranged a Hidden Cup for clan and friends. So it's on the HC Hidden Cup 4 maps. The players have hidden identities, but their elo spans from 1150 to 1600 plus. So, but the twist, obviously, is that they're playing under hidden identities. I don't know who's playing. I've just been forwarded the recordings from the sets. So, this is a semi-final. You'd expect to be up against a 1500, 1600 at this point, but earlier on, you didn't know in the first round whether you were playing an 1100 or someone your own level. This is the second game. Bleda The Hun won the first game with Khmer on Arabia versus Vikings, playing the 16-pop archers. And so here's the follow-up for Game 2 on Prithviraj's home map. Bad fight for Chinese indeed, so the spears investment is paying off for the Mongols here. 6 spears, 4 scouts. Chinese struggling for numbers here. Yeah, as compared to the Mongols anyway. But the wood eco seems off for Bleda The Hun here in exchange. You can't farm around the TC, so your farming eco will be exposed as well here. Yeah, forced to fight with villagers now with lack of army here. I'm not sure what's going on with the Chinese player here right now, why there isn't any more military. One stable scouts is one stable for Bleda The Hun as well. Doing surprisingly well with the Mongols here now. Albeit with more idle TC like the previous game. And yeah, so much idle time cost here. There's going to be more builders down here as well. So all of a sudden the Chinese lead isn't as large as it could have been. What has China player been spending rest on? It's been sending out one scout after the other here, basically, and losing them. You could tell from the KD here, 13 units lost. And definitely didn't invest into enough spears here, Prithviraj. Taking off wood now. That's the looks to be the only wood line for Prithviraj, so that's bad news. Only one wood now. And the food situation doesn't seem too lovely either. Is this going to be a Mongols game on Chinese? And a map that heavily favors the Chinese. Well, army numbers are of essence here. It's 9 military to 10 military to 2 now for Bleda The Hun. Idling Prithviraj quite a lot here, and Prithviraj not making military at all right now. No upgrades for the armies. Actually, Prithviraj has forging, so all the more reason to try and add some spears here or mass double up on the scouts. But being off wood, that's a huge one. You can't easily... Yeah, there's stragglers being taken here, but that's hardly efficient. Maybe we're going to see a 2-0 for Bleda The Hun here. With the off pick with Mongols for this map. I'd see, say, for example, Franks for the stronger scouts and the extra berries here would make sense on the amazing farms and boom that Franks have. No docking here, they're just relying on land armies to control the area, but look at all this idle TC, idle builder, idle eco time cost on Prithviraj's side. Does Mongol know about all the gold spot of Chinese? I'd assume so with the scouts running around here. I'm not sure if even Chinese know at this point. Yeah, it's been denying this gold. That's so annoying. GG well played is called with an exclamation mark. Bleda The Hun takes a 2-0. And with the Mongols against Chinese on this very Chinese favored map. GG well played. Seems to be enjoying the scouts as well. No archers seen this game. I will be going to Prithviraj's second home map. And exclamation mark maps for the map, by the way. Better eco for the Mongols, keeping out the pressure, but most importantly, larger army. Army high 4 for Chinese? That's poor utilization of a solid feudal age lead here. That's still 2 builders worth of faster uptime. They probably both went 20 pop here, but Chinese obviously faster with their extra starting builders and without significant idle time. Alright, game 3 is going to be on slopes. That's a recurring map for the Hidden Cup as well, both in the actual Hidden Cup and in the United Nations Hidden Cup. And what did I see here? I think we had Berbers Indians. Yep, Berbers Indians. So I'm giving the edge to Berbers here simply because of the cheaper cavalry and the fact that in the Castle Age, the camels are nothing special. And Indians arguably have better eco because they have cheaper villagers. Berbers only have faster villagers. But Indians, again, they collect shorefish faster. So if you go to the sides here with Indians, you'll have a quick and nice food source to the side. If you risk going to the sides, you're more often than not, you'll see the players wall off as well. And going to the sides is rewarding if you get the food and that boost, but you'll be vulnerable and exposed to a rush. And I'm not sure if you can build on this terrain. You could probably small wall in your units though, but then again, what's to stop the other guy of going for some ranged approach or a tower to really punish that? So the Berbers, 15% cheaper cavalry in Castle Age, 20% cheaper in the Imperial Age. But more importantly so is that Indians, if they don't go for the camels, they'll go for the cavalry archers. And that's not really an option against Berbers, because if the Berbers can get a castle or two up here and the map isn't exactly lacking stone, the Berbers can make camel archers, mass those, and then deal with the cavalry archers on the Indians as the probably the best counter unit to cav archers play in the game. Let's tap the fast forward a little bit again here and get through the Dark Age here. Just from both players just scouting for now. Blue already going up, scouting the sides as well, which I think is important. Looks like Teal is going to do the same thing. Nope. Gonna chase a scout here. Do we actually have some action here? Yeah, this map has fixed spawns, of course, so you know that the opponent is always on the other side. So more important to scout the sides, and there we go. Teal is capitalizing on that Indians early food here. And there's the feud late, so let's slow it down a bit. And something I hope Prithviraj will punish here. Going for the scouts, so gonna play the mobility of the scouts. That's not going to come as a surprise on Bleda The Hun, who is also going for the scouts. We have a scouts war on our hands here, and by the looks of the walling situation and extended the feudal age and open play here. Still going for the hunt, going to add some spears here maybe? No. 3 scouts. Ah, there is a spear somewhere. Next to 0 idle time, yeah, that's true. So solid Dark Ages for both players here. Both at the same population. And yeah, idle TC very much comparable here, but the Berbers player rushing the walls a bit more here. Prithviraj getting housed as well with everything going on here. Will not be able to keep the scouts out actually. So rip walling builder potentially. And Bleda The Hun now with 6 military, 7 military. Again, taking a military lead here over the blue player. You'll want to deal damage to the Berbers here and delay their castle age, because that cheaper cavalry in the castle age could be an issue. Eco KD is actually 2-0 for Prithviraj here, so must have gotten some value over here. I missed that on the minimap, but I obviously sent the scouts over here, knowing that Bleda The Hun has been trying to take that for shortfish and doing so here, and it shows in the food count as well. 8 on food for both players, but much more food for the Indians player. Berbers player not going to the sides here, just walling off and likely aiming for a quicker cast stage with less investment in the feudal armies here after all. But Bleda The Hun with a better eco setup here. Neither player on gold, but looking at the army numbers here, Bleda The Hun 11-2 here. I'm surprised I didn't really finish that last bit of wall yet here. So no more expansion to the sides here. We'll lead for Mongol. Aren't any Mongols here, man. It's Indians versus Berbers. But Prithviraj is with a 3-villager lead. Yes, yeah, 40 seconds less of idle TC time. And also a better farm eco with horse collar in, something you usually get with the scouts build. Double bit axe and horse collar right away. Also, less army investment here, so in the long run that should grant Berbers a better castle age time here. Here come the spears to allow the villager to complete these last 3 houses here to wall off, while Bleda The Hun is playing it completely open. So Bleda has my respect. I see 2 on gold here. I'm not sure if that means archers now, or if it means the blacksmith is going up, or if it's just for the castle age preparation and whatever the follow-up might be. Good spot by Prithviraj on this side, but 4 spears, that's the only significant build here, as Bleda The Hun finds a stray villager and commits to taking out that one. Indians not investing more into farms? No need to invest into farms when you have an abundance of food to the sides. The longer you can delay the farms, the better, because you save wood for other stuff. The scouts are maximum annoying though in Prithviraj base. Just look at the idle eco time, you'll always have to react. Nice quick wall attempt there, but doesn't quite save the gold. These scouts might run, no they can't run back out here unless that's an opening, it's not. Nice little quick wall there. And this aggression also forces a reaction from Prithviraj, so even if Prithviraj wants to contest the food income on this side, it's not going to do much. How do you sustain castle age then? Here, drop the farms when the food sources are depleted over here. And that wood can go into multiple TCs or production buildings in the castle age anyway. But yeah, the clock is ticking, of course, for Bleda The Hun to switch up the food economy here. Here comes the second stable, so it's going to be the camels here for the Indians. Or light cab, but likely not. Yeah, exactly. Just playing the sides here, playing the map control, going for another mill here. So 100 wood in exchange for yeah, more than 1000 food here. It's a bit of a cheeky play to go all the way over here, but why not? And then you could actually TC this gold later and assume some position over there as well. I think Bleda The Hun is flexing a bit here, trying to prove a point that if you can control the sides and make use of that shorefish and hunt as the Indians, you can still get by with an absolute minimum of farms. Yeah, let's see what the Berbers make of it. The castle age timings are, well, it's in Bleda The Hun's hands here, but look at the economy, villager size. It's the big difference here. Prithviraj going up to the castle age with more villagers, stronger economy. Now just poking about with some spears here to contest income, resource income to the side here. Yeah, they're going to go down, but wouldn't it be more logical to contest the resource to the side there, or at least have a little peek over here if you're Prithviraj? 2 stables for Prithviraj, but keep in mind the Berber's cavalry is cheaper, and look at the economy here as well. Much easier for Prithviraj to keep double stable consistent production here with 19 on food, 9 on gold. If gold mining is in, should find, yeah, 3 stable, there's another one there. Berbers can easily do that. Camels, the stats for camels are the same, and we see the upgrades are better for Prithviraj here, going for the attack first here, because there aren't really any ranged options out on the field yet. But 3 stables against what I presume is 2 for the Indians, that means that the Berber numbers should escalate quickly here. Stray spear found his way in here. So, some farm eco being added here. This is extremely vulnerable through the eco Bleda The Hun here. Just send a couple of camels or whatever over here. I don't know if Bleda The Hun thinks that this is the old slopes where there was more fish, shore fish for the Indians to take out or something, but we'll be applying some pressure now. The camels are inside. They have higher pierce armor being Indians as well, so they could more comfortably pass next to TC Fire if needed. But here's the Berbers. He has more. He has more. 14 camels to 8. This is a horrible, horrible, horrible fight for the Indians here. The economy is extending for the Indians though, 3 TCs to 2, so it's more about surviving here, but Berbers consistent triple stable production now, Indians with barely any army at all. Heck, Prithviraj could even go into knights at this point because Bleda The Hun just won't be able to match the army numbers. No eco for pikes here, gold for monks, I guess. Wang style economy here, full on with gold here, floating lots of gold, but evening it out a bit here with the market. Looks like the TCs aren't producing either, which is not a good sign when you're on 3 TCs like this. And now finally, Prithviraj is going to realize that there's something going on over here. And let's see what happens when Prithviraj sees the mill over here. That's basically 5 pre-villagers here. There, sees the mill. Surely he'll be sent. Yeah, here come the camels. Rip villagers, that's 5 villagers gonna go right down. And the rest of the camels are here, gonna break through and raid and make life awkward. Forward villagers of teal in blue base. Yeah, they're not gonna get far. Camel's not the best raiding unit ever, but when you have the numbers like the Berber does here, 29 camels here now against an Indian player with a double barracks spearman here. Good luck with that. Bleda The Hun losing numbers here, falling behind. Even there's 9-1 KD for Prithviraj here. If this isn't Berber's game, then something is totally wrong here. Panic walls to keep the aggression out here. Why not just attack the Palisade Gate instead? But who cares? The villagers to the side have been kidnapped. More camels entering the field. Full camels. You don't even need a second unit here at this point for Prithviraj. You have such a commanding lead in military. And this should be an easy quick call to wall them out here actually, but still only spearmen, right, for Bleda The Hun. Pikeman is in just now. Yeah, at this point knights would have been better, but when was the last time you see Indians make mass pikemen in the Castle Age and not their camels? And of course, camels outrun pikes. Prithviraj floating lots of gold now as well. Gathering point of gold most likely, but 32 military to 12. Massive, ginormous lead for the Berbers here. They're both on 3 TCs as well, but Prithviraj keeps a large villager lead here, also due to killing quite a few villagers, of course. So this has snowballed already for the Berbers here. We have a massive military lead now, but also the eco lead, which you shouldn't have over the Indians, kind of on equal grounds. But of course, the ILT time here makes a huge difference for Bleda The Hun here. 15 minutes to only 3 here. And with this massive cavalry, and you could take out this TC. Too bad Prithviraj doesn't have the Indians Camels attack bonus against buildings. The knight, only 3 knights though, so nothing too significant. Oh, didn't have the +2 armor, then that changes things. You're gonna lose a lot more camels than you want to then. Might need to opt for some siege here. Or a response to pikes maybe. Could actually, if Prithviraj has a market, could actually, well, doesn't have a market, but could just drop a market now and buy the Imperial Age with this kind of floating gold. There's already military, right? Just get there and get to the next stage. Don't waste camels, knights to pikes like this. Ay, 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 ay. So Bleda The Hun full on trash with the pikes now. And finally has some farm eco rolling here as well to either side and some presence. But builder situation is still going to be an issue here. It really should allow Prithviraj to go up a lot earlier to the Imperial Age and get to the upgrades for the cavalry units. Castle going up as well means that we might be seeing Berber's Camel Archers added here. Monastery for relics. Gonna come in handy in late game. Uh-oh. More camels gonna be poked down by pikes here. Looks like Indians are thinking long-term here about a pike siege push. Indians only get capped ram though, but they still get traps as well. So if you can get these massive units, get to the Imperial Age and get that halb upgrade and add some siege, then suddenly Berbers are the ones struggling. So it's a good call against Berbers actually, and Prithviraj isn't really... It's just dodging here, running away, but taking a poke here and there and diminishing the HP of the units. Here comes range. This is not the time to go Cav Archers, I think, because the castle is already up and Cav Archers in the making. Fletching. There's no overchop here by the looks of it, but Bleda plugs that one. Yeah, these armies aren't doing much now. Much more military for Bleda The Hun here, but it's exclusively pikes, but then again it's almost exclusively cavalry for Prithviraj here. Another group of units here, double, yeah, it's definitely the pike siege play here by Bleda The Hun, but it's going to happen in the castle age here with battering rams, I guess. And Prithviraj, in the meantime, should be able to go to the Imperial Age here with just 100 more food now popping in. Did actually not see the siege workshops going up with the units passing through. I don't think this is enough units to take out the TC actually. Or is it? Well, it sure as hell is causing some idle eco time here on Bleda's side. Prithviraj with the score lead, that could be the gold investment in military playing in here. KD as well. Castle and TC in the middle here, and that should secure some more resources. But what do you do against the pike siege push though? Yeah, the middle seems more important than the sides though, because this is where the extra gold is. Couple of rams out now. Bleda The Hun revealing the plans here now with the siege play, and Prithviraj doesn't see it just yet, but it's only a matter of seconds here now. Imperial Age should be on the way for Bleda The Hun shortly as well. Just missing 100 food now, and the pikes are doing work. They're not going to deny this castle, but they're delaying it a little bit. You can take out the TC with 10 knights if no other units are fighting the knights. Yeah. That's it. Bleda The Hun calls the GG. Prithviraj takes the first win here in this best of 3. Which means we'll be going to Bleda The Hun's home map. The pike siege push, of course, not working out. Imperial Age is in. Camel Archer is in. Leaving Indians with a few options here. Lacking siege ram, which would be the strongest siege ram. Help push in Imperial Age, not Castle Age with battery rams. But let's see here. Berbers behind in the Feudal Age, but getting to that triple stable spam in the Castle Age certainly switched things up. The camels' stats are identical, and then Indians are just simply being outproduced, granting Berbers a good control over the map and some speed. Some issues with scouting here and there, though, not seeing the sneaky expansion of the Indians, maybe not contesting it enough, but the eco situation is certainly better for Prithviraj for this one. And yeah, ending with the villager high of 113 here. Right, let's go to game 4. It's going to be on Bleda The Hun's home map, which is Gold Rush. Snagging Aztecs for the Gold Rush here, very strong seed for Gold Rush. But then again, you could say that about the Tatars here as well, because the Tatars have 25% extra heal bonus. This is Hidden Cup 4 Gold Rush, so it's basically easier to wall. You'll always have your first sheep scouted, and the deer is usually within decent pushable range. Berries, elephants in the back, so not easily lamed here, and looks like the berries are in the back for both as well. Any dummy games or all 5 were played? I don't know. I don't know. But it is a best of 5, so if Bleda The Hun wins this one, there obviously won't be a game 5. Well, it's the Dark Age Aztecs versus Tatars. That's a horrible. That's a really bad one for Tatars actually, because Tatars they don't have a good response to Eagle Warriors, right? Elite Eagle Warriors, and this map, if you control the middle as Aztecs, you could just spam monks, Eagle Warriors, whatever, with the gold axis. Very solid pick for this map. Monk, Siege, Eagles, whatever your heart desires with the Aztecs here. Let's speed it up a bit and get to the fuel age. And Tatars, they have horrible infantry as well, so if the Aztecs goes for other kinds of strong infantry, that's not going to play into Tatars' favor. Yeah, I think Tatars need to go knights in the cast stage here actually, because Aztecs might go for siege. But yeah, you can't go knights comfortably either, because you have the strong Aztec monks. Yeah, Keshiks are one of your better options for sure. Here comes a barracks for Prithviraj. Looks like the pre-mill drush for the Tatars here. And Aztecs just walling off and gonna turtle it to cast. Oh, that's far away. That's a long distance for a lumber camp there. Scouting seems on point. Prithviraj will see the walls going up here, and Bleda The Hun not pushing in the hunt, but long distance collecting it. That is just asking to be rushed right here. Wolf rush! Alright, let's slow it down a bit. Let's slow it down a bit. Is that just one? No, that's 3 militia total. Oh, but it's gonna die! It's gonna die! Oh, the quick house! Nice work, Bleda The Hun, but the wolves are too close. They're actually gonna... Oh, this is so annoying! And with the woodline so far off for Bleda The Hun. One builder down to Gaia there. Gaia OP. Keshik Light Cav, that doesn't make sense. All of that is countered by pikes. But Cav Archer Hussar should maybe be okay if you can get to a good mass of Cav Archers. So only one casualty there for Bleda The Hun. The rest of the rush goes to try and find some other place to hit. We had a fuel age here for Bleda The Hun going up. Some quick houses here, leaving an opening for some reason. But yeah, this rush isn't... Oh! Didn't get that foundation. That changes things. Could be another villager down here as Prithviraj goes for the berries. Nice quick walls, but eventually you'll have to deal with the wolves once the militia die here. And even milling the hunt here. Bleda The Hun is Bleda The Hunt right now. Not bothering pushing in the deer, committing to scouting instead, I presume. Hasn't even found the enemy side. And rip that last militia. But this buys Prithviraj time enough to wall off here. Some clever walling, although the only gold inside the walls is very exposed to ranged units or towers here. Didn't take much of the hunt either, but then again, as Tatars, they get more food per sheep, 50% more food, so not taking the hunt isn't that big of a deal. We have the feudal age on the way for the Aztecs player, as we saw, gonna beat Prithviraj to it, with who is doing the rush fast castle here. That can be contested by the Aztecs here for sure, though. Again, Bleda The Hun not really stressing the walls here. Gotta try and play it open. And 7 villagers to gold. I think we're gonna see some some eagle warriors here, eagle scouts, eagle warriors. Oh no! Stupid wildlife. It's gonna be the 3rd villager down for Bleda The Hun here. Stupid wolves. Oh, it's so annoying, man. Wolf first, certainly successful here. But there they go, down to TC Fire. Horrible situation. Look at the villager count, 22 to 30 here now. And that's with Prithviraj actually halfway to the feudal age as well. Enter the market and the blacksmith, and you could just sell a little bit of food if you don't have enough gold to go up here. So still the Aztecs will be beating or matching Tatars to the castle age here, albeit with a weaker economy. Yeah, that scout is close to extinction. He lives to see another day. There's the feudal age for Prithviraj. Eco is already there to go straight for the castle age. We'll be seeing the blacksmith range and yeah, probably castle age cavalry archers here then. Playing the mobility and the strength of the Tatars, getting thumbering instantly. So what's going on over here? Just scouting the enemy side to see what's up. We'll eventually spot the range because that's right next to the wall. Shouldn't be a surprise that the Tatars will be aiming for the cavalry archer play here. 8 farms only, so we won't be seeing any knights or keshiks here anytime soon. But it's gold rush, so it's going to be about middle control for most of the game. This is where all the gold is. And actually more so important for the Aztecs, because Aztecs don't have as good trash options as the Tatars do with the Hussars, for example. That's something the Aztecs always don't get. Not a quick wall to keep the wolves out. So annoying, man. Barracks going up here, double barracks right into the Eagles. If this had been in the feudal age, I would say that the Hun could be Karanrime, but no feudal age Eagles here. This is straight castle age Eagles to deal with whatever the Tatars play with. Oh no, the archers. Okay, so crossbows. That's kind of a setback when you're up against the Eagles here, though it takes time to mass them. Should be a slaughter though when you get to the Eagles with upgrades if you're going mainly for the archers. Crossbows from Prithviraj here. Already outsaved on this map, so a good pick for Bleda The Hun it is. Still not fully walled here, but archers are slow as well, so it's going to take them a while to get over here, while Bleda The Hun will be tracking the army movement here. Following the archers, and might just be able to keep them out here on the other side through walling. Crossbow is in, could be the end of this scout. No sign. There's the Eagle Warrior, so never mind. Army numbers comparable here. And yeah, 2 barracks for now. We'll obviously want Eagle Warrior before engaging here. But also no ballistics for Prithviraj, who will be getting a snipe or 2 on the woodland here, maybe. Nope. Good reaction, but he's wolves, man! Oh. Yeah, so idlety's time here again. The recurring theme for Bleda The Hun here in this matchup, 2 minutes 10 seconds against 1 minute 14 here. Crossbows knocking on the door, but already 10 Eagle Warriors and Squires on the way to boost their speed as well. Prithviraj with some expansion now, TC on the golden woodland here. You'd like to see that, as the walls are being not exactly rushed up to the side here. 11 military to 17, but then you arguably have the counter unit in the Eagle Warriors here, so this is very dangerous for the crossbows moving in alone like this, and still committing to the crossbows here, not trying to mask cavalry archers. Of course, crossbows are cheaper and arguably more easily masked because of that, but they are no match for the Eagles, sadly. It's going to be a cleanup for Bleda The Hun here. Even with a choke point here for Prithviraj, you need a much larger mass of crossbows to deal with this. From the looks of the production here as well, at 3rd range might be possible for the Tatars here. But yeah, numbers going down, 10-10 is the count, and suddenly Bleda The Hun will find themselves with time to re-wall here and go for the counter-attack. Oh, yep. Not gonna let you run in here, all of you. Small trickles of archers here. What's even... Just why? Left side still kind of open here. Where's she going? It's definitely be a forward siege workshop maybe. Cav archers have been added now, but Prithviraj only with 4 of them. Not obviously not making crossbows anymore then. But only 2 ranges, that's going to take a long time to mass stuff, if that's the ambition here. A 3rd barracks for Bleda The Hun. Going to double up on the Eagle Warriors production here. And Aztecs military buildings produce faster. Look at the eco situation though. It's 1 TC for the Aztecs, but more military at this point. If you get enough Eagles and get the proper upgrades, you could even take out town centers with them because of their Pierce armor and whatnot. Okay, 27 to 13, still favoring the Aztecs here. The forward siege workshop as well, but RIP, Scorpion, I guess. You could still repair it actually with the forward villagers. Eagle numbers increasing 28 military now. Mainly Eagles, a few Scorpions should be a very strong combo against Tatars here, where I don't know, you'd usually want to go knights against the eagle warriors spamming the castle age, but then you need all the upgrades and you need the numbers to see bloodlines here to benefit the HP of the cavalry archers, but yeah, this is gonna be rough for Prithviraj here. It's just so much easier to mass the numbers for the Aztecs. Good thing about the cav archers is of course the mobility and the speed, and it's not easy for the furry boys to catch up here, but they're getting a poke here and there and spreading them out as well, trying for a bit of surround here. This could be bad for the Tatars cav archers numbers. And you could also break through here and wreak havoc in the enemy economy. Are we gonna see Ram? Okay, I was thinking maybe a Mangonel as well to contest the TC here. And now contesting the economy of Prithviraj here. Still one TC for the Aztecs, but builder situation will be evening out if you could take out one TC and keep the army numbers low here. 3 barracks consistently producing here. And Scorpions allowed to get some great hits in on the cav archers here as well. That's gonna be rough for Prithviraj here. Wielders battering down the battering ram here, but not without a cost. The Eagle Warriors have an easy time sniping Wielders, and they get a few pokes there. I think 5. 4 is the Eco KD, but with this relentless forward pressure by Bleda The Hun, it's going to be tough for Prithviraj to get counterattacks in here. So almost twice the villager for Bleda The Hun again. Some monks been added mainly to heal app units, I think. But oh, camel, that has to be a white camels. Color me confused. You think it's a misclick, but I'm still making them. That doesn't make sense at all. At the very least, make some knights, but there aren't any upgrades whatsoever. Trying for a counterattack here. Good reaction by Bleda The Hun to pull the villagers away now. And I don't know where they're going. If you collect that relic, I think you could actually TC the top here. But yeah, just doubling up on the gold income over here. Very exposed, nothing really to protect these villagers, so the cav archers could certainly get some hits in here, but in the meantime, the Eagle Warriors are raiding like crazy, and this outside town center very likely to go down, with the result of those 15 villagers inside being sniped by the Eagle Warriors as well. Which should leave Bleda almost with a villager lead here. Not patrolling though, so they're not instant attacking the villagers here. Maybe wanting to deal with the TC, and the Rams will be taking out buildings as well. With this kind of gold income, you could consider redemption for the monks as well to convert buildings here. Yeah, just like that, the villager numbers are evened out. Only one TC for the Aztecs here. This palisade gate should crumble like paper to 2 battering rams and enter the Eagles for a potential GG moment here, because Prithviraj just doesn't have the means to mass enough units here. Yeah, spreading out the Eagles for raids here as well. More idle eco time. Look at the idle eco timer. Past 2 hours here. GG. Good luck next. Bleda The Hun takes the first semi-final. Congrats and hope you win the final. Yeah, with these kinds of all in place, maybe, just maybe, we'll see Bleda The Hun get some stuff done here. That's a big drop. That's the crossbow masses just being slaughtered by Eagle Warriors here, while the Aztecs with just a consistent flow of more units here. Eco ahead for the Tatars, but if you can't mass enough army, that doesn't make a difference. Castle Age times comparable, even with the Wolf Rush and Bleda losing ridiculous amount of 3 villagers to the wolves still wasn't enough to offset the Aztecs' power on Gold Rush here. So GG well played, and congratulations to Bleda The Hun for advancing.